Hey, what's going on YouTube? If you are on the lookout for a premium cloth mousepad, then you are on the right place. Because in today's video we are going to take a look at these two Lethal Gaming Gear Pro Series mousepads in two different variants. One is being the Neptune Pro, and the second will be the Saturn Pro, both in soft and XSOFT based variants. So we will be comparing the differences in the feel and the performance in these two different base hardness. I want to say a huge thank you to the great people from the Lethal Gaming Gears for providing both these mousepads in two different variants, so we can take a look at them, and it will be the main subject in today's review. All my opinions, as always, stay unbiased and all my own. So the main difference in the hardness of the used base on cloth mousepad will be the feel of the mousepad. I have noticed that XSOFT mousepads feel way smoother on my hands, especially in the area of my forearm, as I have the two mousepads in size of a 490 by 420 millimeters, and they all come in the thickness of a 4 millimeter. The firm version differs in thickness being at 3 millimeters. As the mousepads are being smaller and it doesn't come up to the edge of my desk, so I can feel the difference in the use of the base on my forearm, as mentioned before. So for me, the XSOFT variant feels better and doesn't pull like a pressure on my forearm. If you will choose the larger 500 by 500 or the desk mat that comes in 1000 by 500 millimeter, you will probably be fine in both sizes. The base used for these mousepads is being called a Slim Flex. It is a new name for the pull-round material that we all know for years. It is the same material that they have just changed the names. And now for the difference between the soft and XSOFT based hardness. Is XSOFT being the softest? It is also softer to the touch and will provide you with a bit more control over the soft base, but it all depends on the skates that you will be using on your mice with these mousepads. You will mostly notice this with the dot skates, as the less firmer base on the XSOFT will provide you more control over than with the soft variant. So the soft variant of the base will always be sitting like in the middle, providing a good amount of speed and stopping power. And at the top of the hand, if you are looking for the fastest surface and you are going to use the dot skates, I will suggest you going with the firm base. It was not provided me for the testing, but I do own some mousepads that have a firm base and it provides with a less friction. And the mousepad feels faster and it doesn't give that much of a feedback while using dot skates. So make sure you know what you are going for to choose of the surface of the base depending on your play style. So this, for the example, is the XSOFT variant, and as you can see, it doesn't probably show that much on the camera with the full-size skates, but if we will try with the dots, it gives a bit more control when you like hard press on the mice to the mousepad. So it slows your movement and it gives you more like control over your movement than on the soft version will be. This is the soft with the full-size skate and with the dots. You can still feel on the soft variant if you will press hard on your mice, but it doesn't have that feedback like on the XSOFT. So if you want like fast surface on your mousepad, but with a lot of control, you can go obviously with the XSOFT variant. But if you want the fastest mousepad with the less amount of feedback, with less friction, I will suggest you going with the soft or the firm version of the base. So let's start with the Neptune Pro. This is the fastest mousepad in the Lethal Gaming Gear lineup. It comes up with a very smooth surface with a hint of a texture. That is very fine. It doesn't irritate you while gliding your hands over it. It doesn't pull on hair on my forearm, as some of my mousepads tend to do, and the textural feedback on this surface allow you to still have some type of a control on this speed surface, so you won't be like flying your mice over the mousepad, like some mousepads have the feeling of air hockey surface. And the soft surface of the Neptune Pro should be comfortable enough even for arm sleeve users. So, but I hardly use arm sleeves while gaming, but it doesn't pull on my pulse arm, yes, arm sleeve, and it doesn't make the hand movement feeling slow or tugging. The logo on the mousepad is on the right bottom corner, It is very thin, rubberized, so it will slow down a bit your movement if you will ever end up down there with your mice. But the possibilities are very minimal, but you always have the option to rotate the pad, so the logo will be on the top, not on the down. But I think that the down right corner is better than the top left corner. The Neptune and the Saturn also comes in a non-pro variant, which comes with the same surface. The base is Japanese foam, so the feel and hardness of the base will feel different than the Simflex, which is more premium and common these days. But if you want to save up some money, the non-pro version also is a great option as well. So if I will take on my fastest closed mousepad, that it will be the Infinity Mice Ruin. That has the feel of a air hockey surface. The Neptune Pro will provide you with fast swipes and flick, and you will still be able to control your movement than over the Ruin. This is a great option for people playing fast-paced, movement-based shooters like Call of Duty, Apex and Fortnite. You can also be fine playing tag FPS games with this mousepad, but if you are the type of a player with heavy aim hand and you are doing hard flicks and need the ability to stop your mice from moving while doing these hard flicks, the control pads like the Saturn Pro or Jupiter will be much appreciated for these type of playstyles. I'm now a Tarkov and Tarkov Arena player. I use very low sensitivity, and all I can say that I really appreciate the ability to control my faster hand movement with my flicks and being able to stop when I need to on the control type of a mousepad than over the aiming with a faster type glove mousepad. We will now take a look at the Saturn Pro. I did choose my Saturn Pro to be in this beautiful red color. You can also choose a black variant like the Neptune Pro as well, and there are also design variants, but having a full print on the surface of the mousepad will actually change the feel and the speed of the mousepad. So keep that in mind. If you want the best performance, I believe that the plain looking no design mousepad will do the job best for you. People call this Saturn Pro the best control mousepad, and for a good reason. It is not the type of a muddy feeling slowest control mousepad, so you will still be quite faster than your standard QCK heavy. So it is not like the Saturn Pro will feel like a slow muddy pad, but to me it doesn't feel like that I have to put that much amount of effort while using the Saturn when I come from the Neptune Pro. It is also happening due to the quite fast sock skate on my new Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed. An overall feel and experience while using either of these mousepads is just a blaze, and they are very comfortable, and I love using any of these. And the surface of the Saturn Pro feels way slower, even on my forearm. Not only the surface of your skate on your gaming mice, it is a bit rougher feeling compared to the Neptune, but it has that slower control surface, that the surface will always feel different from each other to fully provide the wanted experience and give the feedback as intended. In this case, a slow control mousepad which doesn't make the mousepad feel hard on the touch, and it doesn't irritate the skin on my hand while using it, as some mousepads tend to be hard and cause irritation to your skin, or even break the cloth of the arm sleeve when you are using one, and that also leads to the using the sleeves on some mousepad being unusable on hard surface material that being used on this mousepad, which is not the case with the Saturn Pro, and you will be okay while using arm sleeve as well. So we have two different mousepads with different feel and speed. Neptune Pro being the fastest little gaming gear mousepad that you can actually buy, and the slow control mousepad being the Saturn Pro, two of my most popular mousepads to use while gaming. You also have the option to go with even slower mousepad, being called the Jupiter, or a medium speed mousepad, the Venus, if the Neptune Pro will feel too fast for you. Both the Saturn Pro and the Neptune Pro has a lower edge stitching, so it doesn't irritate with my forearm, and I don't bump into anything. Even if I will lose space on my mousepad, I usually would slide over to the edge, but that barely happens to me. But I know that people usually talk about it, so you don't have to actually worry about it that much with any of these mousepads. Just one thing, that the stitching on the Saturn Pro feels more premium to me. It's a bit wider, but it more feels like a surface level of stitching and looks quite durable as well. The Neptune Pro stitching is thinner and it feels like it might be irritating to the touch, but it's not that terrible and you will hardly notice this. Also, both these mousepads come in a 4mm of a thickness. and in 3 different sizes, so anyone can choose from that one will fit their setup the best. So that's it for today's, guys. Thank you for watching it till this part of the video. If you did, you can certify yourself as a GOAT, and I really appreciate putting your time into watching these reviews. I will always try to make the most in-depth and unbiased reviews for you people watching it, and to help you explain everything and help you understand everything about the product being reviewed. So if I have missed on something and you want to ask me about, you can ask me down in the comments. If you will ever decide on buying any of these mousepads and you live in Europe, you can also use my affiliate link for Elite Gaming Gear Europe store. That will be put in the video description. It helps with the content a lot, and all the money will be used exclusively and only for the content and giveaways for the community to give back. Have a wonderful day. Hope you did enjoy my humble review, and I would love to see you in the next one. Peace out.